Damn. Yeah.
Hey guys, so today I am doing the Instagram followers choose my makeup, and yeah, let's just get straight into the video. Alrighty. Before I start the makeup, I'm just going to prep my skin by moisturizing. I'm going to put this on the back of my hand. I'm going to put 2 pumps. Then I'm going to take a brush. You could use your hands if you want, but I just felt like being a bit extra today. Get to moisturize your neck. Under my eyes, I'm going to take this Mecca Hydrating Mist, and I'm just going to put this on my... The hell is that noise? I'm just going to put it on my fingers and then just pat that under my eyes. Okay, now let's look at the first poll. The first poll that I did on Instagram was for my eyebrows, and I asked everyone if I should do... There are so many colours. If I should do defined or fluffy eyebrows, and defined won. 74% for defined and 26% for fluffy, which I was kind of hoping they were going to pick fluffy, but they didn't. So I'm just going to go in with this e.l.f. eyebrow kit. I'm going to take it the pomade side. And I'm just going to really define my eyebrows. Alrighty, so I did my super defined eyebrows, and they look crazy right now. Like, my eyebrows are never like this. So now, to make them even more defined, I'm going to carve them out. Wonderful! Just use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer to carve the underneath, and then I'm going to use some of my L'Oreal True Match foundation to carve the top. And I'm going to prime my eyelids also with that foundation. But I'm also going to mix it with a bit of concealer too. Take my damp sponge and just blend that out. Okay, so now find out what eyeshadow I'm doing. So I put a poll on my Instagram and I asked if they wanted to see me do some colourful eyeshadow or neutral, and 72% said neutral. And then I asked for the neutral eyeshadow if they wanted cool or warm tones, and 86% said warm tones. I also asked for the eyeshadow if they wanted to see shimmer and matte or just matte, and 69% said shimmer and matte. And then I also asked if they wanted to see a halo eye or a cut crease, and 60% said cut crease. So we're doing shimmer and matte, neutral, warm tone, cut crease. So I'm going to start out with the Shannon Expo palette and take this yellowy kind of colour. And that's going to be our... Oh, that's really pigmented. And that's going to be our transition shade. Also, make sure you have no creases when you are doing your eyeshadow. And I'll start by patting this in because I haven't set it, and then I'll blend it. This colour I'm going to go in is, I'm going to gonna go in with, oh my goodness, this is broken. We love that. Is this Body Shop bronzer, but any warm bronzer will do. And I'm gonna put this like more in the crease. And you still want the yellow to be peeking through. It has disappeared a little bit, so I'm just gonna go back in with the yellow. Now I am going to be taking this really small eyeliner brush and I'm going to be mixing these two colours together. So it's like warm brick with the black. And then I'm going to be drawing like a line of where my cut crease is going to be. Okay, so we've got our line like that, and now I'm going to be taking this really small, like, it's almost like a shader brush but fluffier. So this is the normal size, like eyeshadow brush, like eyeshadow shader brush, and then this is the one I'm using. So it's more fluffy and it's also smaller. And I'm going to just be taking this brick shade, and I am going to be packing that on just slightly above the line. I'm now going to take this brush and go back in with my yellow shade, and I'm going to blend the edge of that. I've blended that, I'm going to go back into that red shade and put more of that along the line and start like blending it. Again, I'm going to be using this really small brush and just blend that line with the red shade. And you also and then if you want, you can take a little bit of the black to help blend. So I just take that right on this like edge. And just take that black and blend. Now I'm just going to take some of that red and blend. And then just keep doing this until you think it's blended enough. Now I'm just going to go back in with the yellow shade and blend. I'm also just going to go with the black and like make, and just out here we've lost a bit of the black like flick, so I'm just going to put that flick back there. And now I'm just going to go in with concealer and just carve it out, and I'm going to be using a very small brush, this small brush. Don't worry, I cleaned it off. And I'm just going to be going in and cutting the crease. Oh my god, I thought someone was at my door. It turns out it's the washing machine. And then with foundation, I'm going to fill the rest of my lid in, just because I'm running out of concealer. So just like that. Now I'm going to be, I don't know what colour I'm going to put it on it yet. I'm just going to just set it with a bit of powder until I decide. Gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take this brush and just put this like whitish creamy colour on my eyebrow bone. And then I don't know if I'm gonna highlight it later or not, but we'll see. We'll see. You know what? Might as well highlight it where I'm here. I'm just going to take a little bit of this colour here. It's just a curly whitish colour. And I'm going to put that, I'm going to use this big brush again. And put that right underneath my eyebrow. Right. After that, I'm just going to put a light wash of the bronzer on my lid. I'm actually going to put some of that yellow colour on too. Happy with that colour. Really happy with that colour. Now I'm going to go in with this Stila, what's it called? Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Kitten Karma, and I'm going to do like a line where I cut the crease. Look at that. I really hope you can see that. Eyeliner. 73% said yes to the eyeliner and 76% said yes for a wing. So I have to do some winged eyeliner, which is a struggle, so I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. So anyways, I'm now going to, the next poll I did, also I just cleaned up underneath here. But the next poll I did was whether or not I should wear foundation. So let's go to that. And 81% said yes. So we're going to be putting foundation on today. I'm going to be taking this L'Oreal True Match Foundation in the shade Gold Ivory, and then I'm going to take it to the moisturizer and mix it together and then apply it to my face. I'm going to put the littlest amount on the forehead because that's where you can really notice if someone's wearing makeup, is because you use like your expression, like you like when you're talking and stuff, like you'll crease the foundation. So that's why I put only a little bit there. And also, I think another giveaway is around the nose. Taking a sponge and bouncing that. Just because it looked a bit streaky and I put a bit too much on my face. And the goal here is to make it your face to look as flawless but as skin-like as possible. That's good. So next poll I did was whether I should wear concealer or not. And 88% said yes. So we're going to be putting some of the Tarte Shape Tape on underneath my eyes. And now I like applying it with a brush and then blending it out with a sponge. I also like going along the nose here because that's just part of the nose contouring. And then I'll blend it in with my sponge. So I've just put the concealer on under my eyes, but I also put like some black eyeshadow along my eyeliner and it just makes it look better because my eyeliner wasn't perfect at all. And it just makes it look more smoky and more like it's supposed to be like that. So yeah, it just makes it look more even. So next poll I put on is whether or not I should use powder. And thank goodness, well, 73% chose powder. So I get to powder my face. Alrighty, so I'm taking the Coty Airspun powder, and I'm going to be taking my sponge, this bit here. I'm gonna get rid of the creases, and then without looking, I'm gonna pick up the powder, pat it on the back of my hand, and then go in and set it. I don't think I got anything. Okay, let's try that again. First of all, you need to make sure you actually have powder on the sponge. Anyway, pat it on the back of my hand and then go in. Just set it. You don't want too much powder. The first time you put powder on, you don't want too much powder because otherwise it'll cling to the wetness of the concealer, and it will look really crusty and just really bad. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and bake my under the eyes so it lasts a long time. Now I've got heaps of powder left on here, so I'm going to take this brush and use what's left on my sponge, and also get some out of the tin, and I'm going to ever so lightly dust the rest of my face. Now my next poll was to see if I was going to contour or not, and 81% said yes. So I'm going to be taking my eyebrow kit again, and actually I like to bronze first. I like to bronze before I contour, so let's see if we're going to do that. Okay, so bronzer, 88% said yes, so I'm going to take my Body Shop bronzer, and the same brush I used to powder, and just bronze my skin. Going to contour, so I'm going to take this e.l.f. eyebrow kit, and I'm going to use the colour in there, and just put that on the very tip of this brush. See how it's kind of like that? You want to put your powder there, and then I want to go in right here. And then you can see the difference hopefully. Back in with my bronzer and bronzing more, just to make sure that the contour and bronzer blend together nicely. Bronzer on the nose, I just get a little bit and go like this. And for contouring your nose, I like to use this brush which has is angled up, and I like putting it again right on the tip. And I go in and literally draw 2 lines straight down. Now with nose contour, you want to do it so it suits your nose shape. So my nose is is quite round at the bottom. Quite a bulbous nose. So I like to elongate it a bit, so that's why I do these 2 lines, and I don't do it underneath it because that will bring your nose, make your nose look more round. I like going back in with this brush and blending it a little. in with my powder. And I go in with the very edge of my sponge. And I draw and then draw right underneath the lines and try and make them as straight as possible, and then I go on top of. And now I'm just going to leave that. I'm just going to clean my sponge off. Next poll I did was blush, and 76% said yes to blush. The poll I did was whether they wanted me to do cream or powder blush, and they did say powder. 61% said powder. And then the next thing was whether they wanted a bright blush or a muted one, and 65% said muted. So a muted powder blush is going on. So I'm going to be using this e.l.f. one. This is my muted tone, and then this would have been the bright one. See the difference? I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. Starting at the apples and then dragging it upwards. Now I'm going to go and carve out underneath my cheek makeup. Just going from here near the ear to the outer corner of your mouth. Okay, so now the next one is for highlighter, I believe. Highlighter. So 89% said yes to the highlighter. I'm going to do some highlighter, and then I asked if they wanted to use the e.l.f. one or the Steel one. And 56% said e.l.f. So that's what I'm going to do. Above my eyebrows. Now I'm just going to wipe away the bake on my nose. And the one under my eyes. I'm actually going to go back in with this sponge and just make sure that the powders all sink in well. I'm just going to take my sponge and make sure all the powders are sitting nicely on the skin. Nose one. Now for the nose highlight, I decided I don't want to use the e.l.f. one because it's too dark. I really want a nice bright highlight, so I'm just going to use this one out here, one for my nose. And I like doing just a straight line. I'll blend that out a little bit. Because I think this highlight's looking way too dark, so I'm going to have to actually use the Steeler one. So I'm just going to go and blend it in a bit. I'm actually going to apply some of this Steeler highlighter in hopes that it will fix everything. So this is the Heaven's Hue highlighter in Opal Essence. I'm just going to apply some of this. There's glitter all over my face! Okay, I'm also going to apply some of that on my nose. And now I'm going to go back to the eyes and finish them. Putting some highlighter in my inner corner. And then I'm going to take this brush again and take that like red colour and put that underneath. Take some of the yellow one and put that underneath. I'm going to put some mascara on and then I'll be back to do the lips. Okay, I think it's actually coming together, hopefully. Now next poll I put on was for lipstick, whether I should do a nude or a colour, and 69% said nude. And then I asked them if they wanted matte lips or glossy lips, and 62% said matte. I forgot about the fake freckles. Oh well, it was 50-50 anyway, so I'm not going to do fake freckles. So I'm just going to do my lip. So I'm going to start with this Essence lip liner, and I want to do like a pinky nude, because then I like taking just this colour on my finger and patting it over. And now I'm going to put this NYX Butter Lip Gloss on, Butter Lipstick I mean, in the shade Sugar Wafer. I really don't think this goes. So I'm just going to try and make it more brown. So I'm first going to make it matte by putting some powder on my lips. And then I'm going to take this e.l.f. eyebrow kit and then use the powder in there and try and make it more brown. Yeah, this is the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!